Hi everyone, welcome to lesson 3. Hope you had a great weekend, and once again I hope things start getting a little bit more familiar this week. This week should be very reflective of last week in terms of the overall structure, type of assignments, just the content should change. So I'm hoping this is kind of the week you start to feel just a little bit more comfortable as you get going here. This will be just a quick review of lesson material, kind of the main focuses. I won't get as in-depth as last week because once again the type of assignments are the same. Just starting off here in lesson 3, you'll get the overview, which for this week is disciple leadership. It's kind of cool. Each week they have a principle and kind of a practice. And the principle this week is learning how to be an effective disciple leader. It's a huge focus here at BYU Idaho. And then as well you're going to learn a lot about the Cornell note-taking system. So something very practical that should be helpful as you go throughout your college career. So it'll give you a kind of overview, everything you need to be focused on for that. And go back here, your content. And so first you get the overview, and then you'll get down here to lesson material and the quiz for this week. Lesson material is going to have you start learning the Cornell note-taking system. And so you'll learn about it, you get to watch a few videos about it, and just it'll teach you the basic steps. It's not too complicated on how to use, but it's kind of fun to learn a new system about it. So it's kind of take you through the process, and then it's just going to test your attention with the comprehension quiz. So once again, structure should be pretty similar to everything that you've done previously. So, but it's just learning a new skill as you go there. Other stuff I just need to point out, so you'll take the quiz, and then discussion boards, same thing, it's just going to ask you questions. This week there's a couple questions about the Cornell note-taking system and a couple about disciple leadership. You get to choose which area you want to respond. Once again, remember you are in smaller groups, so your participation is important and vital, because if you don't participate, your group members may not have enough people to participate with. So just if you can remember that as you're doing your discussion board, remember your first post is due by Wednesday, and then you need to respond to at least 3 classmates by the end of the week to receive credit. We had a few people last week who did great initial post, and then not any responses to classmates, and only got half the points. So just make sure you do that, and once again, make sure your initial post and your responses have depth to them. They show a lot the thought and effort that you put into them. Just one sentence responses are not going to receive full credit. So just a reminder on that one. You then have all your gathering, preparation, and everything, which should be pretty standard by now. Make sure you fill out the attendance report after Thursday night. Post-gathering, you have 2 main assignments. First, of course, is finish up your discussion board, so now responding to classmates at that point. And then you get into the application activity. So I'll go ahead and open that up really quick here. So this week, for the application activity, you're going to do a little activity where you're going to watch some videos and you're going to practice 2 different forms of note-taking, kind of a key point system and the Cornell system. And then in the assignment, you're going to write kind of an analysis of the 2 systems. The first one, you're going to write at least 2 paragraphs about advantages and disadvantages of just writing down key points. And then the second one is advantages, disadvantages of the Cornell system. And so you'll do those, and then a final paragraph about what your preferred method is. So it's not trying to prescribe exactly what you should do, but it's giving you kind of exposure to new ones. Once again, make sure that's 5 paragraphs. Some people missed some points just because they missed one of the paragraphs they're supposed to write about. Make sure these paragraphs are well thought out, have depth, like we've talked about previously. So you'll do that in a Word document, and then the next screen you will turn it in. So the other one, once again, is Teach a Friend activity. And so this is your second time doing it. You're welcome to use the same person that you did, or you can totally use someone else. Just make sure they're not a student in the class. And the really important thing on this one is just make sure you're teaching something from this class. So some people got a little confused and thought you could just kind of teach them anything or teach them something from the Book of Mormon class. But this is something from GS 120 this week, and that's what you need to teach a friend. Just wanted to make sure we clarify that one. And then finally, learning report. It's just the end of the week report. Make sure that's the last thing you do, not too hard. And yeah, once again, I think it's going to start to flow a little more for you this week. and be like, okay, so I've seen this before. I've seen the pattern. I've seen this kind of assignment. I know how to submit assignments, post discussion boards, but I know it might still be confusing too. So contact me, use the question board, whatever we can do to help support you in this. And yeah, I'll hope for a great week that feels maybe a little more normal.